Day 2 of the Star Wars Celebration 2016. Okay, I gotta pack up my gear. This is the Galaxy stage. There are different stages on the show, and we're pretty much right at the front of the queue. Check this out.
We've got the creators of the show here to talk about LEGO Star Wars The Remaker Adventures, to tell you a little bit about their creative process, actually hopefully more than a little, and actually show you something that you haven't seen before. But this is a fantastic new show on Disney XD coming to you. It's LEGO, it's Star Wars. What a winning combination, right?
So we've just come out of the LEGO Star Wars Remaker Adventures presentation. Was in the hall behind me. You can see behind that black veil, it looks like an exciting TV series. It's coming to Disney XD in South Africa in December, so we're gonna have to wait till that. They've also included characters from the original trilogy as well as the prequels. Like, they've got a battle droid, which is one of the main characters. His name is Roger, R-O-G-R, and he looks hilarious. And it looks like it's a great show for kids and adults, which I really appreciate. They have a great sense of humor, and because it's Lego, you know, they showed a few clips, and they had like that comedy that you would see in a lot of the Lego games, where it's like physical in a way, where like the pieces jump off, and like they can play with that, which is really cool. They were using the example of the fact that Star Wars is a family franchise. It's a story about a family, Luke and Leia and Darth, and like Lego is a family activity, and they kind of married the two together. And to be honest, I never actually had seen that connection between the two brands before, and that makes it like all the more like interesting for me to see how they take those things and make them more family oriented. To be honest, that's kind of like my favorite thing about Star Wars Celebration so far, is that there are so many people. Let me actually just show you, turn the camera around. Look, there are just so many people from all walks of life and different ages, from like kids, adults, that are just having a good time and enjoying Star Wars for what it is. And it's great to see that they're like really using that, because that's like the happiest part of it, you know? Like, there's no hate, you know what I mean? I dig it, man. It makes me so happy.
Star Wars Celebration Europe, are you ready for Rebels Season 3?
Alright, so day 2 is complete. The stuff you do for an interesting shot. The convention says behind me, and I don't want to miss a train, but I gotta tell you everything that happened today, because it was crazy. I pretty much sat back to back in 2 different press conferences. The first one was for Star Wars Rebels Season 3 that's coming out. So if you're a huge Star Wars Rebels fan, I got some news to drop for you. Drop a comment below if you're a huge fan. I think this is gonna blow your mind with what I just saw. So Warwick Davis hosted. You might know him as Wicket the Ewok from Return of the Jedi. He rocked up on a Segway, which was pretty balling. Apparently he's also gonna be in Rogue One. It's listed that he's going to be in it, so that's pretty cool. There's nothing revealed about what he's going to do in it though. If you're a huge fan, you probably know the news already that Grand Admiral Thrawn is going to be in it. He's a long-standing character in Star Wars. As far as I know, he's not in any of the big feature films. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but he is in Star Wars lore. They're dropping a novel as well as including him as it seems like the big villain in Rebels Season 3, which is really cool, and he looks like he's very interesting. I like the villains in Star Wars. They really add a lot to the story. Unlike a lot of other fiction works, they kind of, you know, they throw a bad guy in that just destroys everything. Star Wars really use villains in a very cool way. And then the last panel of the day, as you can imagine, was my favorite. I got super excited. It was the EA Star Wars games panel, where they had a whole bunch of people and developers from EA that work on Star Wars intellectual properties on stage, talking about some of the stuff that they're dropping. They had Visceral there, they had BioWare there, they had DICE there, and they spoke about a couple of games. So let me wrap my head around this. They had Battlefront, my favorite one, started first. They announced the Death Star expansion that's coming out, where they dropped this teaser trailer where you kind of fly through the Death Star. balling, guys, balling. That's what we want to do. So that looks really cool. And possibly bigger is that they also announced Rogue One Scarif. So when they promised that when Rogue One drops at the end of the year, that you can go to the cinema, you can watch the movie, and then go home and play Rogue One Scarif as Jyn from the game. So you can play as the lead character right there. Then that's, of course, if the game doesn't get delayed or anything. But that is huge news. That's really big news. Galaxy of Heroes was also spoken about. The mobile game, they showed a bunch of the characters that are in the game already, but a whole bunch of new environments. It spoke about the success of the game. It looks like a lot of people really dig it. I would like to get into it after that presentation because it looked very exciting. It looks like it's a free-to-play game that you can download from the App Store or the Android store, so I'm gonna go check that out. There was some Old Republic news, and they dropped a new DLC that's coming at the end of the year as well that you can play. But most interestingly, they had Amy Heading from Visceral kind of allude to the game that they're talking about. They couldn't explain too much. We all know that Visceral's working on a Star Wars game, she was on stage and everybody just cheered flat out. No, I'm not even joking. Everyone was so excited to see her. She means business, and you can see that the games that they're developing are hot. So I'm really excited. They said only a release date in 2018. They're gonna go dark. They just popped the head out of the woodwork for this event. So I'm really excited to see what they've got in the kitchen. But it's been a long day. I'm extremely tired. I love you guys. I want to know what you think was the biggest news that came out of the convention today. Comment in the description below. Smash the like button. Please share this with your friends. I love you guys, and I'll see you in tomorrow's vlog. Hi there.